जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन भज जन रंजन यशोदानंदन भज जन जय भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी जय भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर महाराज की प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्री वासुदेव गौर श्री राधा कृष्ण गोपी गोपीनाथ राम राधा कुंड गिरिवर्धन की वृंदावन धाम की मधुर धाम की जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की नवदीप मायापुर धाम की धाम की गंगा माई की जय यमुना माई की जय कृष्ण महाराज की जय शाम ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। श्री चैतन्य मनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कथामह्यं ददति स्वपदां वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलां श्री गुरु वैष्णवां श्री रूपं साग्रजातां सहगण रघुनाथान्वितां तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजन सहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्री राधा कृष्ण श्री विशाखा अन्विता नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण प्रस्थाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य सतारि पंचकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यश्च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांता राधा कांत नमोस्तुते सप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि देवी। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासरि गौर हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। कृष्ण हरि बोल। Thank you very much. First of all, for inviting. I somehow prefer maybe come this side. We can move this side. This can go this side too. So that everyone is in this area. Whoever goes first can have a pillar to support.
I think this side is better. The Damodar is just I think this is good. No, it's okay.
For you, okay?
Okay.
You want some? So, as I said, thank you very much for organizing such a wonderful program. It's so nice. House is very, very festive with all spiritual goodies. What do you call this? Goodies, right?
Festivities.
Yeah. And wherever we see only Vrindavan. And yeah, so congratulations again and all the best for you, Chitramalini Mataji. That yeah, we pray for you and we wish you all the best. And on this occasion, we'll also benefit because we can also have Harikatha. And just to give a context of this, what we are doing, this is in India we call as sanskar, as part of the sanskaras. Sanskaras are called impressions. If we translate the word sanskar in English, it means impression. It's an impression, just like if we go to a movie and when we see something very dramatic, that impression gets into our mind for a very long time, isn't it? In my school days, my principal, she inspired me to study more by saying the following. She said, girls are very foamy. Even in school, they sit in the benches and study everything. Boys used to bunk and go out, and of course not me, but they used to go to movies. And then the principal in the morning assembly at 9 o'clock, she was saying, you know what is happening when you go for watching a movie? It will take how much time we spend watching?
3 hours.
3 hours. We think it's only 3 hours we are wasting, but actually what happens is the impressions stay with us for almost one full day. And if it's a very, very horrible movie, it stays longer. Because we always think, shit, I have seen that movie. I wouldn't have. It's nice if I wouldn't have gone there. The more and more we are depressed and disappointed, the longer we remember. And we really want to we really want to forget it. But the more we want to forget, the more we are remembering. But thankfully, time is such an element that as the time passes, we forget. What it has to do with this sanskar is, this is not that kind of impression. We may think, okay, then is this also same? Impression means come and then we are doing this. There is some big yajna that is performed, and big yajna that is performed, and then so many devas are invited into it, and then homa is done, big feast and blessings, everything. Every element of this sanskar is spiritual. It is not material like which it comes only to the mind level, where wow effect. It's not a wow effect that we get in spiritual. We may even feel bored. But the deeper understanding is, whether we understand or not, whether we appreciate it or not, the impression is going very, very deep, that one fine day, whatever is happening in our life, we know that it is because of sanskar. Yeah. And that's why it is so important that, when it's possible, we do this kind of, and what we do, very, very fortunate, we are in Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya, where all the sanskars, anyone can do anywhere. We don't have to have a big fire sacrifice. We don't have to have a big priest. We don't need all these arrangements. Why? Because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu made it so easily accessible to sanskars. Yeah? Of course, if one is wanted to have a very deep, sophisticated sanskar ceremony, they can do it. But most important is, very important is Kirtan. When Sankirtan is done, the congregational chanting of Hare Krishna mantra very loudly, to whatever capacity we can, unless the neighbors will say, calm down a bit, slow down a bit. The loud chanting has such a profound power that we cannot understand. Whatever I have said in last 5 minutes, who has 100% faith can raise hands. Who has 100%, not for my sake, for your sake, who has really such a faith in this process can raise hands. Yeah, very good. So you already have, not in my words, in the process. Right? And it's so important that usually if you don't have faith in it, then slowly it may become a ritual. And how long can we carry with a ritual? Of course, it is said, if one does it still exactly, it can still give result. And there is also a version, when we were discussing about Govardhan Leela, we came across that if some Krishna himself is challenging or questioning Nanda Maharaj, that what is the result we will get if we don't understand, if we do some rituals? But how much knowledge how much consciousness do we have to understand it? It's not so easy. And to understand what is one of the most important thing is faith. It again comes to the same point, faith. Last week we were discussing about faith. This week also we can spend time. And next week also we can spend time. Maybe Maharaj, we can hear words from Maharaj about this, very important. And His Holiness Bhakti Bhushan Maharaj, whenever we discuss with any question, anything, Maharaj has such a 100% faith in the holy name. He simply says, chant. If there is any problem, he says simply chant. He is not advising, okay, if you do like this, then your problem is solved. He simply says, do more chant. How much faith do we have in chanting? So when we see about, we are still confused. Can chanting really can do so much? How much faith we have? But come on, how can I have faith? I have been chanting since 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, but nothing is happening. It's only kind of 2 hours of every day of mine is spending in chanting. But why nothing is happening? So when nothing is happening, obviously the faith is questioned, right? Whatever faith, little faith I have kept, with that faith, nothing is happening. So something is wrong. And then what happens is this faith becomes very, very weak. And when this faith becomes weak, then we try to take something else. Because always there is Krishna, Arjuna is saying, I can change the direction of the wind. Yeah. So nice, right? Such a power that if we can change the direction of the wind. But I can't control my mind.
We have faith, 100% faith that chanting will do benefit for us. But the question is that sometimes we could not surrender 100% fully to it. No? In our mind, okay, we will chant, but okay, we have to do this first, and we postpone our exercise. We have received 100% faith. First, I pushed.
But that is the question itself there. Am I having 100% faith? We feel that we have 100% faith, but if that really was 100% faith, the effect and we would have different lifestyle. We would have had different way of working, different way of thinking, different perspective. At the moment, if we are so strongly convinced that chanting is the only thing, then we would definitely give first priority to it. Because what we tend to think is, yes, chanting is important, but something else is also important. That's the reason we are taking it as a priority, right? So there it shows how much faith we have. When we compare ourselves 10 years back to now, we would have seen a lot of improvement. We ourselves have now conviction that time I was kind of very confused, or I was always getting agitated, or always unhappy, and all these things we can compare. And now when we are practicing Krishna consciousness, we see that things have changed for good. And then when we think that, but still, there is still a long way for us to reach that level of really believing in and really applying it, that 100% I have faith in chanting. Isn't it the case? But because this is always we think that yes, I have given 100% to it, but that but itself is something which is the factor. I'll tell one example of what is faith. This is very nice book. I picked up from this book, from When Good Fortune Arises. Who liked the title? I'll repeat again. When Good Fortune Arises. That is a book. It is not a question mark. It is a statement. This book title. It's not a question. It's not like when good fortune arises. I think we are in that situation. When? And this is the answer, when. This is life and teachings of Sri Srimad Gaur Gobind Swami Maharaj. He, in a class, says about a story of a boy and Gopal. Someone knows this story? Yes?
Maybe I know.
Okay. I'll start and you finish, if you know it. A child who is 6 years or 7 years, yeah, his mom wants to send him to school. So she says, you have to go to school, and the school she has enrolled, and not always you can get very near, right? You know how painful it is. So this boy gets admission in a school in a village which is a bit far. Not Grosambom, somewhere else. And then what happens is the child says, no, I don't want, it's very far. Mom says, no, you have to go to school, education. Finally, she convinces the boy to go. And then when the boy starts going, day one, what happens is he is walking, then he comes across a big forest. After that is a village. So when the boy is going, he's scared, he's afraid of forest. Because in the forest there are snakes, there are tigers, not the forest of Amazon, where now less trees, but and no animals. So no, that was a real forest, and then this forest has tigers and snakes, and he was scared. Then finally he went, and then he attended the day one school, and then he comes back, and then he says, I don't want to go. He told his mom, I don't want to go because it's very scary. And she says, why are you scared? when you see any dangers coming to you, just call out Gopal, and there is a friend Gopal who will come. And this boy, he thought, okay, it's a good idea. So what he did when he went out, as soon as when he heard something, immediately he called out Gopal, and then the Gopal came, and this boy, he accompanied this school boy over there, and then finally he used to go to the school, and in that way, whatever he was worried, the worries are gone. And one fine day, what happens is the teacher says, there is a Saraswati Puja or Ganesh Puja, and on this occasion, they collect some fees, to do in schools, right? This is also happens here. When the kid goes somewhere, then the parents are asked, give me 10 euros, 50 euros, 100 euros, or from Halloween or whatever. So for this puja, then the teachers asked, but this boy and mom, they were not so rich. They didn't have money to give. And then this boy came and told, and when he told that I can't give, teacher said, no, everyone is giving, you have to give. Finally, when this boy asked or told his mother, she said, okay, tell that we are poor, but we can give milk. And then the boy was shocked, and he was saying, how come when we don't have even money, how can we buy milk? But anyway, he told to the teacher that I'll bring milk. And then his mom told, when you're in the forest, just ask Gopal, and Gopal will give you milk. And then he went, and then he called Gopal, and Gopal came, and he said, what do you want now? And he said, yeah, this is the situation. And he said, okay, I'll take care of you, definitely. And then he also provided milk. But what? He gave a pot and said that this pot will never be empty. You can go and give teacher how much of milk she wants, she can get it. And the teacher was not convinced initially, but she had 2 liters, 10 liters. She said, I need 10 buckets of milk. He said, okay, take it. And in this way, I mean, this boy was taken care by Gopal. This story ends there. It's a happy end, right? So all the problems, no problems. But what is so keen here is that the boy was very, very simple. Whatever his mother told, he had full faith in her words. And because he had full faith in her words, because she had full faith in Krishna's words, she had full faith in Gopal that she worships. And now how much faith we have? Are we able to leave control? As soon as we leave control, we know what will happen is we don't know what will happen, but we think something bad will happen. We want to have full control. We become control freaks. Isn't it? Sometimes we become scared. If I don't know what is going to happen here, then I feel I'm scared. What is going to happen? I want to have full control of. But do we have faith? That is one story. But then there are other stories about faith. You can very easily recollect the glorious Prahlad Maharaj. He had full faith in Narad Muni. He didn't say, hey, what are you saying? Is it really happening? In which yoga you are happy? I want proof. Whatever you are saying, what is the proof that it will work? We want proof, right? You ask so many questions. Without proof, how can we get? Why we want proof is to convince ourselves, to strengthen our faith. Without proof, can we really accept something? We definitely want to. And in this, how much intelligent are we to understand a proof? That we don't. We want a proof and we will give you a proof. But what is the guarantee you can understand the proof? This is what happens. No? There is a theorem, there is a proof, everything is there. Are we really interested in understanding the proof, or we just want the final conclusion? Therefore, it's proved. That's what we want. Some people, crazy people are there who really want pakka proof, and with proof only. Yeah, but Maharaj says, when we have we have 4 imperfections. What are they? What are the 4 imperfections we have? Illusion.
No, 4 defects.
Illusion, cheat,
Yes.
cheating,
Cheating propensity. Illusion.
anger.
Anger is a choice.
Making mistakes.
Making mistakes.
Making mistakes.
What is 4th one? Or did we cover all 4?
Or the imperfect senses.
So with all these shortfalls, how can we understand a proof? Can we say that I am perfect? I cannot raise my hand, I can talk, but anyone can raise their hands. Can anyone say that I am perfect? If someone is saying perfect, he is imperfect.
Perfectly imperfect.
Isn't it? And then there is also a company called Who's Perfect. You have seen Dusseldorf? There is a shop, furniture shop. Who's Perfect? So whatever furniture he'll make may not be perfect. At least he is truly telling that. So in that way, at least one thing is clear. Anyway, coming to the point is to really have faith when we really think that it is only through logic, it is only through really perceiving. We cannot. That is not the process. That is not the process. Usually, because we have been shown this is the way of understanding things. It is the way that only if I see, then I will believe. Otherwise, someone can exploit me, someone can mistrust me, or it's very difficult. After seeing only, then only I'll accept. So that kind of, it is called faithless. It is not faith. It is not that we can call it as a faith, but it is called faithless. Because we don't have faith, that's why we take it to like that. But we are talking about Prahlad Maharaj. As soon as he heard, when Narada Muni, his teacher, he told that he told all when he was already, where is Mataji? She's gone. When Prahlad Maharaj was in the womb of his mother, of course, Prahlad Maharaj had no choice. He can't go anywhere. He heard everything. He's absolutely convinced. And then he had complete faith. And what he did after he came out, how many examples we see in his faith? Just imagine someone will tell that tomorrow at 10 o'clock I'll throw you out of the building. Today night we'll escape from the building. Yes. Prahlad said, okay. Not building. In those days, they were not multi-storied buildings those days. Or maybe, of course, the palace was very high. The pillars are very high. If you go to Ahobilam, it's still so high. But it was said, go to the top of the hill, throw him from there. The people who were doing it were struggling because they had no faith that the boy will survive. No one wants it. Neither the people who are throwing want it, or even Hiranyakashipu want it. His mother didn't want it. No one wanted, but they wanted to do it. Because Hiranyakashipu gave a wonderful argument. If a part of a body is infected, that can poison the whole body. Let's cut that part. So this boy is very bad for our lineage. So let's kill him. That was one argument. Anyway, but Prahlad Maharaj, he said, whatever. He didn't say, no, Papa, I'll change my. From tomorrow I'll become good boy. He didn't change. He was still bad boy for him. And then he was said, okay, maybe some magic had happened. Let me put in a pit full of snakes, which are full of poison. That it's not a, what is this game? There was a game once upon a time. I don't know what is its name, but in the background there is Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. What is the game name? Prahlad. See, the name is no.
Prahlad runs and runs.
The game name is not Prahlad. Prahlad is the one who is running. Nice. Anyway, it is not that he's jumping and escaping snakes. That game is only to inspire us that, okay, let's jump. But actual reality is Krishna in Prahlad is not jumping. He says, my father bed is snake. Where is Lord Vishnu sleeping? He's sleeping on the big snake. Snake doesn't do anything. Why will it harm me? After all, I am son of Lord Vishnu. Everyone is in that matter son of Vishnu. But where is the faith of Prahlad in us? The faith that Prahlad had. He didn't have faith in that, okay, I want to survive or not. He didn't have that. He says, my job is to remember Krishna constantly. Smarana. Always remember him. That is the only thing. The rest, whatever happens, let it happen. It is not that, okay, I know that Vishnu will save me. Vishnu will. That was not in the background. For us, we always think, who will save me? Who will save me? That is the reason our faith is always conditional. What do you say, Mataji? I mean, after these examples, where is our 100% faith? I mean, I'm just using this example for helping me to build the context. Then we talk about Dhruva Maharaj. We are talking about these devotees whose age is 5 years, 6 years, max 7 years. But how much faith they had. When Narad Muni gave this mantra, and he said, if you recite this mantra, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. He said this mantra and he said, if you do this, you will see Lord Vishnu and Narayan. And then you can ask whatever you want. Dhruva Maharaj, what he wanted? He wanted, because he was denied by his father, the lap. He said, I want that. But after seeing Vishnu, he didn't want anything. But his faith in Narad Muni was so strong, that he just followed as it is. What he said? First, you do start tapasya. Just read this, just recite this mantra. And after some time, don't eat, stop eating, stop drinking, stop even breathing. And he did it. Now, if someone says, stop breathing, and then you will get, then you will get perfection. Are we ready? He said, are you a fool? What are you saying? Science is proven that without oxygen, how can people live? In those days, people lived. Do we have faith in it? We have doubt in it. Okay, one may say, that was long back. Do we have any things happening now? Because always we want Santoka. If saints are not there, there is no chance of any genuinity. But scriptures say that saints are always there. I can give example. I mean, I don't know if someone have attended Maharaj class today. Today Maharaj was saying about the greatness of Jayadvaita Maharaj. He was saying, when Jayadvaita Maharaj, Prabhupada's disciple, when Jayadvaita Maharaj was there and kids were just playing and noisy, then Jayadvaita Maharaj felt, and then Kadankanan Maharaj or someone was saying that, but I think in your childhood you would also have been naughty or making mischief. He said no. He said no. Then it was surprising. How come a child and not playing? He said I was always reading. He was always reading. Even now he reads. In spite of 70 plus years, still he reads. And then here we're talking about this great personality, Srimad Gaur Govind Swami Maharaj. I'm definitely incompetent to glorify the greatness of this great person. I'll just tell few highlights. At the age of 8 years, he finished reading Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, and Chaitanya Charitamrita.
Age of 8 years.
And now, how many books are these? How many sets of books are these?
Bookshelf full.
You have all?
Yeah.
I think if you put the books now, this whole rack is full of that books.
20 plus 20 plus 1.
Some, yeah.
30.
41 books total.
Depends how small you have. If you have small group, then
Yeah, depend on the font size.
And not only that, yeah, maybe that okay, he would have finished, just saw it to the end. No, he was giving classes at that age. So we are not telling about something that happened at time of Dhruv Maharaj, at the time of Prahlad Maharaj. We are talking about person. We are talking about 1940, 1940, 1945.
he was disciple of
That's also amazing how he became the disciple of Prabhupada. Yes, very nice photo. Show it.
How?
His classes are amazing. I mean, those classes are also in this book. I think I have seen 1 or 2 full length classes of him. He has such a. He used to say, he used to cry, and he says that today my life is unsuccessful. You know why? He said I could not preach at least to one person today. So he used to not eat at all. The reason he took sannyas is very, very special. Usually, it is the guru who is going to say, hey, now you are ready for sannyas, let me give you sannyas. Usually that takes so many years. Maharaj took sannyas within 8 months after coming in contact with Prabhupada. That itself was revolution in those days. Not even in those days. They were saying, they were even telling to Prabhupada, he's an Indian and he is just come in, and he said, it doesn't matter how many days he has. He's already in that stage. And you know why he took sannyas? Because when he was a brahmachari, he and Bhagavad Das, who is Swami, Bhagavad Swami, BV. So they went to Bhubaneswar because Prabhupada said, now someone has donated 1 acre of land, and it's so nice because you are a Orissa, coming from that language background. What you do is you go there and establish yourself, start a temple, and then start preaching. He said, yes, whatever my guru says, let me do it. So he went. He went along with this brahmachari. And because that was so dangerous, that was literally end of the jungle. People usually sometimes give, anyway, I can't use it, let me give it. Some people give a very nice car as donation to the temple. You know what? This is very nice car. Only thing you have to do is you have to change the tires, brakes, everything. Then you can use it. Because so much cost is there, that's why it's only after everything is gone, just like a cow. A cow which cannot give milk anymore, I give it to you. Enjoy. So, I mean, of course, not telling about them, they really gave it very nicely. 1 acre land, who gives this? There was even a case where someone donated 65 acres of land. Slowly, they started taking everything back. Only 5 acres is given to ISKCON. Pehle 65 acre land diye. Slowly, they started occupying, using, and finally 5 acres is left. That's what happens. Anyway, that's something else. So, Gaur Govind Maharaj, he was a brahmachari then. Then this Bhagavad Das, he was saying, we came from Hyderabad and there is no more funds now. If we, wherever we are living in ashram, somehow it's managed. But now we literally don't have money to even go back to Hyderabad because this project, I don't think it will work. Then Gaur Govind, at that time his name is Gaur Gopalan. So he was saying, how can you say we should have full trust in Prabhupada? And he said, no. I am going. Yeah, literally there is nothing left for eating. And also if we can't go back, we are stuck somewhere. He left. And then he said, you also come. Why? He said, brahmacharis cannot live alone. It is what do you call a regulation, rule and regulation that a brahmachari should not be alone. Because of this material world can be kind of quite difficult for them. So it's always when brahmacharis are together, they guard each other, they protect each other, they give shelter to each other in that way. So Prabhupada said, brahmachari, you're a brahmachari, so you cannot stay alone. Then Maharaj went and he went and said, he met Prabhupada and said, Prabhupada, I want to become sannyas. And of course, before coming in contact with Prabhupada, he's actually coming from a family of Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya already. His mother's brothers and father and everyone, they worship Gopalji. That's why usually, I don't know if Krishna Karnamrita, Kathamrit Bindu, yeah, KKB. If you see these magazines, right, there is Gopalji. I don't know if there is a photo. I mean, there is a photo I've seen. Very beautiful. See, this is Radha Gopalji here. Very nice. So they are family who are worshipping since generations, the deities. They have so much attachment that Maharaj, at very, very young age, we are talking about not even double digit, he used to write diary. Now, how many of us have diary habit, writing diaries? And if we write, what will we write? That's why we even don't write. No? He used to write to Gopalji. Every day, he used to make a note. Gopal, maybe I'll read one if I find a sample. Very nice. Early days. I'll read this very nice one. Or even the other one. Throughout his life, he wrote daily entries in his diary. For the most part, these were in the form of letters to Gopal. Now, to write letter to Gopal, how much faith he should have in Gopal. It is not like a figure, what do you call this figure? Imaginary figure that we created and we keep on writing. No, he has so much faith in Gopalji that he worships. Each entry would begin, Prabhu Gopala Kriparu, Konasi Mate Dinati Spotigala. By the mercy of Prabhu Gopal, this day was spent thus. And then he starts. Sometimes I feel this Islam followers, yeah, they're very nice. For anything they say, by the grace of, by the mercy of, mashallah. Do we say, we think it's something like too much fanatic? Isn't it? We think it's too fanatic, right? To remember by the grace of, by the mercy of. We think that, come on, we know it. We don't have to tell others. And then we forget it. Or we don't even care to tell. But here, Maharaj is writing like that. The entry would end with a prayer to Gopal. Please give me prema bhakti, ecstatic love of God. So this is the way that he writes. And one of such entry is, on account of Durga Puja festival, school will be closed for some time. It will be reopened on Thursday, 18th October 1973. Today, I saw a picture of Sri Chaitanya in Banambara's shop. And very interesting, just seeing a photo, you would have seen so many photos, right? Just seeing Chaitanya Mahaprabhu photo, huh? This is about school entry, which means he's in school days. Today I saw the picture. In that picture, I saw Mahaprabhu clutching the feet of Prema Maya Yugala Murti. At school days, if someone is able to write such a attribute of the Lord, the divine loving couple, we would have just put it short that way. Sri Chaitanya Dev started chanting Divya Prema Nama, Krishna's divine ecstatic names. He rejected Sushka Jnana, dry knowledge. He preached Divya Nama Prem. He gave Nama Prem to all indiscriminately. Prema Taranga, the waves of Prema spread everywhere. Wherever he was going, Prema was following. Even the very hard-hearted got a touch of that Prem, and their hearts were changed. This is the wonderful power of Prema. And now he is writing. By seeing that picture of Chaitanya Dev, I got a sparsha. For us, it's a photo, right? For us, it's a picture. But really being touched. He said, that photo, by seeing that photo, I am touched. I got the sparsha. A touch of that Prema. How can I get a picture of that Sri Chaitanya Dev? By seeing his picture, I'll get a touch of Prem, and from Prem, I'll get wonderful inspiration and bliss. Then I can give bliss to others. At that age, he's also saying, mission is not just taking but giving. Prabhu Gopal, please shower this mercy on me. Give me shelter at that Prema Kutir of Sri Premanandaji. I must drown in that Divya Prem and giving Prem to others. Put out the fire in their hearts. This is just one entry. So we are not talking about long back. What are the proofs? We are talking about something that happened just 80 years ago. What I said is just very, 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 what do you call it? Not even a drop of this great personality. And I'm interested to learn what is his definition of faith. I read it because when he has so much faith, definitely it's so nice to know what is faith, right? Because this is what we see, right? If we want to learn how to bat well, we see a role model who is a good batsman. And here we see a personality who has so much faith that what he did, he renunciated at 40 years. No, he got married because his mom said, because of the obligation, he married. He had 7 children, and then after a certain age, he simply left everything and he traveled from Kashmir to Kanyakumari in search of Guru. So, top to bottom in those days, not so easy. So he traveled, and finally, he kept Vrindavan as a last stop. Then when he came Vrindavan, that was the time when Krishna Balram temple was being inaugurated. The brick was being put. At that time, he came across Prabhupada. And then he asked Brahmananda Maharaj, at that time, who was assistant of Prabhupada, he asked, can I meet Prabhupada? He said, why? I want to just have his darshan, blessings and go. And then when Prabhupada was informed, Prabhupada said, okay, let him come inside. And then in the first darshan of Prabhupada, he was convinced he is his Guru. And then he was saying, a sadhu can see us, but we cannot see a sadhu. What does this mean? It's not just if we both are in the same room, then we see each other. A sadhu has the divine vision that he can see us like an X-ray. what are the qualities we have, what are not, and all those things. But sadhu is so elevated that with material eyes we cannot see him. We don't have the vision. So Prabhupada already saw him, and then he understood he is from Oriya, and then he blessed him, and he also gave him a service that can you translate in Hindi, and most of the books of Prabhupada he has translated in Hindi. And after Bhubaneswar, when this land came, then he said, you are from Oriya, and then established a preaching center. He had so much faith in Prabhupada that he, as soon as he got instruction, he was just accepting and doing. And it's not easy. It's not easy. So then if you see that faith, I'll just try to very quickly go through. How much time is 10 minutes? 10 minutes. I should see like this. अबे 10 minutes हो गया.
हाँ ये वाला आपकी यूपी आ रही है.
Anyway, tell me when I have to stop. That is only in your hand, not in my hand.
अच्छा तो टाइमर क्यों लगाया था आपने? ऐसे
Vibration. That the tense effect. Every moment counts. I don't know if it's boring. We can switch the topic. Huh? You are boring. Eat bananas.
Any question?
So far, any questions? Yeah, that's nice.
We have one disciple of Maharaj. He was in the temple. He also last time came to the temple. He was there. And he looked at Prabhu and he said, I have to leave soon. And Govardhan,
Madhavananda Prabhu.
who was with beard and proper Englishman dress, and then he said, okay.
We'll recollect later. Huh? Every minute counts. So he helps us to understand what is faith, because faith should be very simple, as simple as that. The reason we don't have faith is because we want proof. No, it's totally illogical. Come on, without proof, how can I accept something? Very scary, right? Without proof, if I'm accepting, I can be exploited, I can be cheated, I'll be at loss. So we always want a proof. Now we'll see how to understand this faith and how to develop that faith. Do we really need proofs or not? Simplicity is Vaishnavism. So develop simplicity. Be simple as a child. Childlike simplicity. Then you can surrender. So it's not my word, it's here. So if you want to surrender, what is most important is simple. And today morning also when we were discussing about Sahajiya, how to know who are. If they are simple, they are Vaishnava. If they are not, then something is still there. Otherwise, you will not develop faith. If there is no faith, no Shraddha, then how can you do Sadhu Sangha, Nama Kirtan, or Mathura Vas? No question. So if this is our goal, there is no choice but we have to be simple. What is to be simple? It's not to wear dhoti, kurta, which is very cheap and it's traditional. Because in those days, our previous generation, they were living very simple life. If I do this, I'll also lead a simple life. No, it is not in this. It is not in, it's more inside. Simple means not to over endeavor on anything. Because we want to over endeavor, then we start doing so many things. I want that, I want this, I want to have plan. We all have become managers. I remember Mahadyati Maharaj gives example. He said, people do MBA. A person who is, you remember this example? Yes? No, from Mahadyati Maharaj. He says that, okay, Do you know how to sell apples? Immediately you start thinking how to plan best. Very simple. People just take apples, go to a place where people there, you just sell it. Such a person is like Adi Rasa Prabhu. He started a apple business. What he started doing? He started getting the apples from the trees. He goes and finds customers and sells it, and became very successful. What he did? Now no more basket. He had a shop. And then what happened? Same apple business only, no? Whether it is shop or it is a basket, still it is only apples. It is same customers, it is same salesperson. Then what he does? He starts planning, okay, like this, and then he starts. If I do MBA, I can sell more apples. What is there to do with MBA and selling apples? We think, no, my business is bigger. I have to really think smart. No, but it is same selling apples. Whatever we have done and successful, why we want to invent something new? Did we fail here? No. The only thing is, no, I need to have franchise, so many people, and then I got a lot of money, and that is what is not simple. Simple is something that whatever we need, if I'm bringing it, making it, and that's it. But rather what we do is we kind of think, no. Next generation also should eat. Let me earn today. We don't know what is that generation. They don't even care. We think that no. I am. What is it called? Derived. I'm derived of all the facilities my parents didn't provide. Let me provide my kids all this future, wonderful future. Kids will not even take care of us. But no. I want to be selfless. I want to give everything. Who is asking me? Are the kids asking because they don't care, right? No. Kids anyway can make it, right? After certain age, kids always says, "I want to be on my legs." What do we call on my feet? Oh, legs. Oh, not on my head. Anyway, they want to be. Why we want to worry? Or someone says, no, not that. How can it be so simple? Anyone says, no, it can't be so simple, man. Otherwise, everyone would have been great, no? You're thinking, can it be more simpler? What do you say, Chitramali Mati? You didn't hear. She's somewhere, so just trying to get her. He's thinking, "Arey, ये कोई भाषण है इस टाइम पे?" What do you say? Isn't it nice to be simple? But why are we not doing it?
Because I can say that in this world, in this Kali Yuga, everyone taking benefit from each other. Like if you are simple, someone will cheat you, or someone will take your benefit and do their own work. So when we are thinking about this thing, it is not difficult to do. It is difficult to see.
I really like this answer because that is perfect way of how we think. But we miss very important point here is we forget the involvement of God in our life. Our plan, just as you said, to guard ourselves, all this planning is coming and this planning is growing and growing and growing to that extent that we forget about Lord. That itself means it's totally zero faith. The more and bigger our plans are, the less faith we have in Lord. Just like if someone is becoming more and more rich, every moment he is more and more scared to save it. Rather, अगर पैसे ही नहीं है तो बचाने का टेंशन ही नहीं. But again, the same question immediately comes. अगर पैसा नहीं है तो कैसे चलेगा धंधा? We have to survive also. We have to live also. If there is no money, how can I? It can't be simple. This is always our thought. But how can we forget the Lord?
Now
Now it's your time. Questions and answers. We didn't come to the definition.
No, but other things.
You are there, na? Transcendent time is always time.
So, may I ask one question?
No, we didn't cover.
No, regarding this point.
Yeah.
Simplicity. So, to be happy, is simplicity needed?
Absolutely.
How does it?
The very, very, very easy way to understand is people who are very, very rich are committing suicide. It is something like, what do we call, a spider has built a very nice comb, and then there is an insect that is stuck. The more it moves, the more it winds itself in that. Now the other example is, we know cuckoos or cocoons. Cocoon bolte hain. Cocoon या cocoon? Cocoons. Cocoons die or kill themselves by just stuck in that hole, and then from that graciously silk sarees come. But
Sacrifice.
Atma Nivedana for the pleasure of all. No, so this is also like that. Because we have imperfect senses, all these 4 drawbacks, what we struggle to understand is we don't believe in simplicity. Simple living, high thinking. How many believe in it? You believe in it. Raise your hand. Na? Why are you scared? You don't like simplicity?
Believe, but
That itself is not simplicity.
I like
To feel what will, should I raise or not raise? What is that?
I like simplicity.
What is simplicity?
Simple.
Eating,
No studying.
eating 2 bananas instead of 10.
No, actually, kids always like simple. They don't care about anything.
No study.
As the kids grow, then this money comes into mind. नहीं, अच्छा पैसा चाहिए, अच्छा बैंक बैलेंस चाहिए, अच्छा इसके लिए क्या चाहिए? No, I have to do that. I have to do this. No, that's the fact, right? It's not that all of us have become charitors. That one fine day, मेरा पूरा पैसा खोल के सबके सामने रख दूंगा. ले लो जितना चाहिए उतना. Ready? You are ready? You are raising hand. देखा दे देगा. Because it's very simple. Top to bottom simple.
जब चाहिए होगा आपको पता.
देखा? Fitting है.
So question, I have a question.
You follow Hindi, right? Ah.
It's okay.
Oh, how can it be okay? Were you able to follow so far, or
Yeah, in English, yeah. But if you speak in Hindi, I don't understand.
my Hindi is not so good, so
I don't.
even they don't understand.
We do. That's a cute accent. So I have a question.
नहीं question नहीं.
क्या फिर?
Wait करो.
ऐसा ही खत्म नहीं हुआ अभी. खत्म हो गया.
So simplicity is an ornament that we need to have, because what is the opposite of simplicity? It's not complexity, it's duplicity. Usually we think it's complexity, huh? It's duplicity. Means I am doing something, but actually there is really something behind it. I am doing it because I want benefit. In simplicity, we don't really care. Whatever we have to do, we'll just do it. जो आएगा तो आएगा, नहीं तो नहीं, कोई बात नहीं. If something comes, take it. It's also no problem. That is simple living. That only children can do. Now we can't reverse ourselves that we can become kids to get that simplicity. But we understand that by becoming duplicity, we can never have faith. Because in duplicity, there is
Stress.
no trust.
No trust. Stress.
When there is no trust, how can there be faith? I always am doing to you something good because tomorrow I'm expecting you will do something good. Give and take. You scratch my back, I scratch your back. Then the scratching business is over. No, I mean, when you're saying whatever we are putting all this protection is only because we don't have faith. And how can we have faith? But before that, we'll take one question.
In faith in God. So we are not so simple. We don't believe in simplicity because we don't have faith in God.
Yeah. If we are simple, then we will have faith. Just like if you see any in villages, big programs happen in that no philosophy is discussed. If Prahlad Maharaj का कथा हो गया, 1000 लोग हो जाएंगे. Huh? Mass preaching. How mass preaching happens? Mass people are very simple. They don't understand all this sophisticated. अगर मैं यहाँ करूँगा तो मुझे क्या मिलेगा? All these things they don't do it. They keep it very simple. हाँ, अच्छा भगवान ने किया है. हाँ भगवान. They keep busy themselves. जो होगा वो सो होगा. They're not worried. But because they have taken to devotion, whatever is happening, that is for me. But we don't accept it because we think it can be so simple. No?
Yes, yes.
This is only one of the whole page topic.
Thank you very much for this wonderful lecture.
अभी खत्म नहीं हुआ. अभी 1 घंटा बाकी है.
Good fortune for us. That's how good fortune arises.
Yes.
So,
Seriously,
He's scared.
एक और बनाना.
Simple ना देखा कितना simple है.
One more बनाना है. So, the question is.
तो timer बंद हो गया है.
How बंद? चलाऊं फिर से? So the question is, when you said we should have faith in the Lord, we should have faith in the Lord, and we should not over endeavor. So the question, in this, this is easy to say in words, but in practical life, what is the meaning of over endeavor, and what is having how much we should faith, trust Krishna that he will take care, and how much we should try to take in our hands. For example, you remember we had calls where we're discussing about life insurances, if we die, to cover ourselves, have some mutual funds, do some real estate, blah blah blah. I mean, this is for me to a certain extent over endeavor. I mean, I can also simply say, okay, I get my monthly salary, I do some simple living, and then chant my rounds, follow four-legged principle, and Krishna will take care of it.
Yeah, if you can do it, do it.
I can do it.
Yeah, if you
But
can
then
do
I see,
it,
but then
can
I
you do
see,
it?
but then I see so many
Can you
people
do it?
endeavoring that I feel like everyone is endeavoring. Why should I?
You don't have faith. That's why you're not doing it.
So that's the question.
That's the answer.
We have more faith in others and the surrounding than the God. So we follow.
If a sheep is going, I have more faith in that sheep that it will take me to destination.
But this is recommendation from our own from Mumbai. This Prabhuji, senior devotee. He's senior devotee. He's preaching this. That we should do it.
He's telling, see, Krishna is speaking whole Bhagavad Gita in different levels for different faith people. Now use yourself, see where you fit. Can you live yourself in an austere, simple living? Do it. That is top class.
But in Grihastha, it is bit.
No, I mean, see, one can live in such a simple living. Even what we are doing is simple. Just imagine Saturday क्या होता है माता जी? बहुत लोग कहाँ जाते हैं पार्टी कीटी बनाते हैं हम क्या सिंपल धोती पहन के आए सोचो प्रभु ये एक ही है दो धोती है बस मैं कितना सूट चाहिए if you want to go to party the same does if you go 2 times people will say hey ये तो यूनिफॉर्म में आता है बाकी सब बांटने के लिए
मेरे को अपने कपड़े कम करने पड़े.
No, you ask. I mean, this kurta is 16 years old. 16 years. I have only 2 kurtas.
Still fitting you. Jai bro, Jai.
Simple eating.
Simple way of life.
Impressive.
ऐसा कुत्ता बनाओ जो सालों साल चले. If the guy will know that, he will put me in advertisement. So this guy This cat has one kurta for so many years.
माता जी का washing का भी credit है कि खराब नहीं की
वो धोती है ना
मुझे भी धोती है कुर्ता क्या है I said it in Hindi. I can't say in English this one. This is so nice. They were saying, my wife, she washes the clothes so carefully that it's 16 years old. I said she also washes me.
That's why you seem so fit.
So fit. That's why I'm fitting in.
दोनों को बराबरी का.
I don't know if I'd answer your question. No, right? It can't be so simple.
I mean, I personally believe currently being simple is not so simple. I mean, you need to be really understand your level.
You know,
and be
that is the definition.
association of-
That is the definition of Toyota. The most simplest thing can be made with the most sophistication. This is the statement. For a customer, it should be so simple, but behind that simplicity, there is so much sophistication. Hamara reverse hai. The more simple you become, you can do more sophisticated things. You can't even imagine why. The secret is in this simplicity. What are we trusting? Krishna. मुझे पता है भगवान आएगा सब देख लेगा. When we have such a faith, then we have no problem. We are talking about here. It has simplicity is most important. So if at all we want, all of us want faith or not. If we want to have faith, the most important thing is we should live simple life. Prabhupada always, that's why simple living, I think. But if we think, no, I want that, I want this, I make that, I make this, so many, we just struggle. And now coming to your question, what is over endeavoring? I think that is the question. Huh? You remember now? Yeah. What is over endeavoring is to really go behind material things with a lot of effort. थोड़ा effort करो, जो आएगा तो आएगा. But if you do more and more, if you're giving ourselves more and more, we are getting more attached to it. That is over endeavoring. When we are attached to something so much, so much that we are not satisfied with what is coming. If I do more and more and more, that is called over endeavoring. Some may think, a very good example is politicians. They're not satisfied. If they get 1 million, they want 10 million. They want to work more. Forget about politicians, even in companies. Manager will say, hey, this financial year we have target of this. After achieving that, he says target is this. And something else. Come on, it is the same person. Ek saal, I'm getting 1 year older, which means my energy levels will be 1 year less. But still more. That is over endeavoring. Or, another example is to really make big projects, big plans is over endeavoring. Big plans. And now one may ask, okay, but big plans for material benefit, that is over endeavoring. But if you make big plans and do it for spiritual advancement, there you are again believing in the faith of the Lord. Faith, you are having faith in God. Because even though it is very difficult, I can't imagine I can do it. But because I know that Lord is there, He can give intelligence, He can give facilities. I am committing to it. That is what is.
So like what Srila Prabhupada did, he dreamt big for everything, but there's still
Yes.
a big temple in itself. So how do we see people like, of course, there's no comparison with Srila Prabhupada, but people like Elon Musk and all these people who over endeavor in material things, but they create something seems to be so valuable.
For whom?
He's able to sell stuff. Now people are buying Tesla cars and this and all his products. We use Amazon like crazy. We buy everything from Amazon, and it's the next over endeavored business.
We don't want to be foolish and give up everything. Because Prabhupada also mentions that we should think simple. In that simple is also smart. We have, Lord has given us intelligence. We have to use that intelligence so that we benefit from it, not that we suffer from it, not that we become diseased from it. What is that? use everything. Yeah? If Tesla is coming, yes. When Prabhupada comes, yeah, what was the Lamborghini was there? And Prabhupada, someone asked, why you need such a big, you are a saint. Prabhupada, anyway, he doesn't need all this. But Prabhupada want to make a statement that Lord, everything belongs to Lord. And Lord's servants are given. It is said like Lord's representative is given the treatment of the Lord.
But only a guru, like a Maharaj, not like I tomorrow drive Lamborghinis and have a servant. That's not
I don't know. No, I mean, of course, if you drive, then people will say, hey, why not? I will offer you if I have a Lamborghini, definitely. You're great. At least I can offer you my Volkswagen. You don't care, but okay. Anyway, we'll go a little forward because there is very crux of this simplicity is Vaishnavism. I think we already covered that. Yeah. Further example is we are talking about, right? Not Prabhupada, Prahlad Maharaj, Dhruv Maharaj. We are talking about Rupa Goswami, Sanatan Goswami. How simple they were. Once a very puffed, I think we know this example. Once a very puffed Pandit came. I don't know if his name is mentioned here. And then he came and he wanted to challenge Rupa Goswami and Sanatan Goswami and prove that, hey, he asked, you debate with me. If I am victorious, then you will sign a certificate of defeat. And if you defeat me, then I will sign a certificate that you have defeated me. Rupa and Sanatan immediately said, no, we will give you a certificate. Simple. कितने घंटे बर्बाद होते थे अगर डिबेट में बैठ गए. Please go. And they paid dandavats. Yes, we are defeated. You are victorious. This is simplicity. Now, come on, if someone is challenging, what will we do? Someone is saying, hey, come for debate. Yeah, I also know something. Let's sit. That, वो क्या बोलते हैं ये का ही they say ना we will just defeat. Prabhuji is coming.
Time.
Where is this?
time up to time.
Until Sudhir Prabhu comes, I will not stop. Mataji, you have to invite.
This was just
15.
15.
this was just a second time. This was just a second time. They have third, fourth time.
Prabhu हर place में मुझे timer पे बिठा देते हैं.
Parents.
And now we want to know how to get faith. This is a secret. And now whatever you heard, forget. That's also okay. This is the secret. How to get faith. This a sadhu guru quotes from Shastra. A sadhu is referring a Shastra to really how to get faith. By hearing that, one develops Shraddha. Ado Shraddha diya. A sadhu inculcates Shraddha. Sadhu guru will then watch to see whether that disciple has developed complete faith in the holy name, complete faith in Krishna, complete faith in the Shastric injunctions. That is Guru's test. The Guru is testing and then giving. Guru is saying whether if I give this, can he really have faith in it? Then only he will give it. When the Guru is satisfied, then the disciple has developed faith that he is eligible for initiation. Then he will initiate him. One who has not developed faith has no right to accept the holy name. Sometimes you think ना ये क्या holy name काम नहीं कर रहा है, कितने बार जाप करो कुछ नहीं हो रहा है. Secret यहाँ पे है. If the Guru gives him the holy name, the Guru becomes an offender. That's why even if you push, sometimes Guru says थोड़ा time लेते हैं. Shraddha hina jane namopadesha. Instructing a faithless person about the holy name is one of the 10 offenses. Therefore, in our society, we have this 1 year waiting period during which a prospective disciple associates and hears, and the Guru tests whether he has developed faith or not. On both the Guru side and the disciple side, there is testing. Then there may be initiation. Sanatan Goswami and our acharyas have said this in their writings. So this is the secret. It is not at all possible for us to develop faith on our own. If you really want to have faith, the faith has to be given by who? By sadhu, guru. Until we get that, whatever we are thinking is we are just trying to believe in something, but the faith aspect can come only from you.
But Guruji, can you not develop faith by devotional services?
Coming that point. Why no advancement? This is point. One may ask, I have been hearing and chanting for many years. I have been carrying out the order of sadhus, gurus, Vaishnavas for many years. Why I am still not making any advancement on the path of devotional service? This is the question. This is the question of an insane, mad fellow. If you have this question, it's in answer to this, Jiva Goswami had said in Bhakti Sandarbha that you are not making advancement because in your heart there is duplicity and crookedness. It is in a subtle corner, not in a gross form. Although you have been performing Shravanam and Kirtanam, hearing and chanting, and you may be offering some service, Sundar,
Yes.
offering some service, still you cannot make any advancement. Why? Jiva Goswami also states that although for hundreds of lives you may offer worship to Lord Vishnu, if you disrespect a Vaishnava, a dear devotee of Lord Vishnu, then Lord Hari will never be pleased with you. So this is the point again. So how careful we have to be with Vaishnavas. You are duplicitous. You have not got complete faith, strong faith. Maybe you have little faith, soft, playable faith, but not unflinching faith. You have some desires other than bhakti. Thus, your attention is diverted to material objects, women, money, etc. You are not careful about your bhajan. You show laziness in your sadhana, and you are very great, puffed up fellow. All glories are spoken about me. Yes, I am a senior devotee. Don't you know? Such a big false ego you have. I have done this and that and other things. You have so much damba, pride. This is a great disease with you. Although you are hearing from a sadhu, a Vaishnava, the disease is not cured. Then you should understand that you have committed many, many offenses. So, how do one develop Shraddha, faith? For this reason, we perform loud Sankirtan. So, how can we develop faith? Because if we do only Sankirtan, that is the only means to which we can get. By doing so, you can develop Shraddha. Don't feel depressed or disappointed. Mahaprabhu is there. Krishna is there. Srila Prabhupada is there. Have we ever thought these things that they are there with us? When we have, then our faith is strong. Chant loudly and fill the atmosphere with transcendental sound vibration. You should have full, complete faith in the holy name, in Gopal, in Krishna and Mahaprabhu. Don't feel desperate at any time under any circumstances. There is no question of pessimism in Mahaprabhu's movement. There is all optimism. How many of us feel that optimism? You always think, will this work for me? Maybe for you, you are great, it works. For me, I don't know. So that pessimism is so much due to which we don't have faith. When we have optimism, then we have faith. I feel very sorry. I'm crying in my heart. What has happened? He says that this pessimism is so much in America. That's why we see in developed countries, we don't believe in all these things. कोई भगवान के बारे में बोलेंगे तो क्या बोलते क्या पागल हो गए? Nothing happened. Everything is पैसा है. पैसा दिया तो काम होगा. Such a sorry state of affairs. So this is what it says. And this, I'll try to post this. This is very, very nice. I have actually seen the video of Maharaj's speech. It's very nice. But this is about, there is no sadhu present. People usually say, इस दुनिया में अभी साधु कहाँ है? साधु संत जमाना हो गया. Here he says, Maharaj says, we are foolish not to see. Because we don't have the vision to see them. When we have the vision, then we can see them. Yeah. So anyway, this is very nice. I'll try to find the video and send it. But this is telling about that in every yuga, in every year, every time, there is always sadhus. It is only that we need to, when we are simple, we can see them. When we are not ready, we cannot see them. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki
Jai.
His Grace Thakur Mukhi.
Jai.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai and His Holiness Gaur Govind Maharaj ki jai. I thought question wala kahan hai? Questions. No, everyone is hungry.
No, not.
Yeah, come on, Prasad is there. Na?
Man is there. We are not hungry.
We'll start second round. Prasad, not class.
Why looking at you?
Yeah.
We also do that.
We'll do it. Questions,
Any
Bahar.
question?
Questions, Bahar, Prabhuji.
Last
Bahar.
chance question. Any question?
No.
Last
he's-
chance.
He's already lost the game.
Huh?
प्रभु के चरणों में सारे प्रश्न हुआ उत्तर
He's in simple, na? Simple living, I think.
Very simple.
क्या बोलते हैं?
Simple living, I think.
वैसे इस बुद्धि में कुछ समझ तो आना नहीं
Turn it off.
बुद्धि में ही थोड़ी
बंद करायचं
You want to add? By the way, anyone can add something rather than only question. Anyone want to say something? What do you say, brother?
दोन